Hello folks, and welcome to I suppose a much overdue land yacht update video. And you're catching us here today as I'm about to begin some NCT repair work, which is going to involve changing both of those top suspension link arms in there. So not particularly exciting, and no, I will not be boring you to tears with a body cam version of me doing that. What I want to talk to you about today instead is about where things are with this car and what we're going to be doing with it in the fairly near future. That we would make some changes to the car, and I had access to some AC induction motors that had came from some of those horrible Fiat van conversions. So put that motor in along with a 5-speed manual gearbox that I bought from a guy, and that's really where a lot of my problems with this car started. The first and by far the biggest problem is that the motor simply refuses to make power beyond about 30 to 35 kilowatts. It will not tune. I have spent, pretty much nearly a year at this now trying to get the motor to tune for me. Any attempt to put power into it simply sees stator currents run off the charts and the inverter shut down. And the second problem, and by no means any less frustrating, is the fact that the 5-speed manual that I had bought and paid quite a bit of money for turns out to have a wrecked third gear synchro mesh. So engaging third gear is pretty much a tour de force. So thought about a lot of things that I was going to do with the car, and I've struggled on with it for the last year now. A couple of things have started recently kind of lining up for me. And the first came when I got an amazing deal on one of these Siemens 1PV 5135 AC induction motors. Now, those of you that followed along with the original Panzer build will know that I used one of these very, very successfully with the Hubner inverter, both with automatic and manual gearboxes in that car. So picked this up and I thought, okay, this would be ideal to transplant into the E39. I thought, okay, I'm going to get a gearbox and start looking at getting it adapted up to it. Then, second piece of good luck came in the shape of this guy. It was a guy local to me breaking a 2002 E39 530D. Now the 530D happens to have one of the toughest gearboxes that you can put in an E39, and when they do become available second-hand, they're fairly rare. When they do become available second-hand, they tend to fetch stupid money. We got a very good deal on this. The guy was about 3 miles away from my place. Took it out. I got the gearbox, the prop shaft, the shifter, the linkages, basically everything that I need to transplant this guy into the land yacht. And I got that for, I won't say how much, but it was way less than half of what some people are trying to charge just for a bare bones gearbox. And this came from our running car, so I don't think that there'll be any nasties and synchros and anything else wrong in there. So I then went ahead and got my drive shaft guy, who was very, very good at engineering work, to go ahead and make me an adapter plate and coupler so that I can connect my Siemens motor to my 530D manual gearbox. Now, one of the things that happened as a kind of a sideline was that it turned out that getting splines cut, which used to be a complete nightmare, is not so much anymore, and he can do that, and I had him make me a spare one. Don't know how this is going to look on camera, but basically, yeah, getting these splines cut and a custom coupler made, as you will see on the motor there, turned out to not be a very expensive or difficult procedure at all. So that is what we are going to be doing with our E39, guys. Apologies for the noise, it's windy, and this stupid shutter door here is like all of them. They just, they're cheap, so they're plentiful, sadly. So yeah, this is what we're going to be putting in the E39 in the new year. It's not going to be happening soon because I have a lot of other projects that I want to wind up first, or at least get them driving. Not least of which will be the super yacht and the Grey Goose over there, which is our E46 touring. We got to get that on the road. But yeah, basically the land yacht is, she's been kind of not great the last year now with that silly van motor and ridiculous gearbox. Oh, I do have a nice M Sport rear bumper to go on here as well, and we'll be getting rid of the old tow bar. But yeah, that's the plan there, guys. So just thought, seeing as I was here doing that bit of repair work, that I would give you a quick update on that. So that is it. You know, we'll be keeping the same inverter. It's fine. The battery is fine. There's over 100,000 EV miles on the whole thing now. It's 192 volts. You know, it won't spin that motor up to full power, but it will be way better than what we have there. And I think coupling that with the 530D manual, and there's already a 530D differential in the car, so that should give us quite a usable speed range and things like that. So that's it, guys. It was our conversion number 2, still on the road, 100k miles now plus, and we'll have some updates on that for you in the new year when we go to fit our new drive system. So that is it. I'll leave you there. Don't forget to dislike, unshare, and do not subscribe. And we'll catch you when we get that door to stop rattling. Don't forget to check the links in the description for our Patreon, PayPal, Open Inverter Forum, and whatever else I can squeeze in there. And until next time, happy land yacht motor swapping Mark II. 3.